Hey everyone, it's Caitlin, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about my top 5 favorite musicals. Now, before we get on, here's a little PSA that I wanted to bring up. These are my picks on my top favorite musicals. Some you may agree with, some you may not agree with on the spots, but these are only mine. They don't have to be yours, and they're definitely not the world on the best musicals. These are just my favorites that I picked out, so yeah. So let's just all enjoy the video for what it is, shall we? So without further ado, let's get on to the video. Starting with number 5, we have Beetlejuice, the musical, the musical, the musical. I love what they did with that. That's just so creative. Beetlejuice is based on the 1988 film of the same name. The story concerns a deceased couple who tried to haunt the new inhabitants of their former home and call for help from a devious bioexorcist ghost named Beetlejuice, who is summoned by saying his name 3 times. One of the new inhabitants is a young girl, Lydia, who is dealing with her mother's death and her neglectful father. My thoughts on this musical is that I love the music and the characters are super funny. Especially Lydia and Beetlejuice. I always just love the funny one-liners that Beetlejuice says and, the stuff that Lydia says. It's just completely hilarious. So if you need a good laugh, I definitely recommend checking out this musical. At number 4, it is Amelie the Musical. Amelie is a musical based on the 2001 romantic comedy film. It tells the story of a shy waitress who decides to change the lives of those around her for the better while dealing with her own isolation. Now, I don't know many people who have heard of this musical. The reason I like it so much is because I feel like I can relate to the main character, Amelie, because she is a huge dreamer, and if you don't know, I'm like a huge dreamer too. Like, I love living in a fantasy world, but, I know I also have to live in reality sometimes too. And I like to help people a lot. Also, if you guys did not know, I sang this for my spring cabaret, a song from this show, I believe. It was called Times Are Hard for Dreamers. Coming in at number 3 is Dear Evan Hansen. Evan Hansen is an anxious, isolated high school student who's aching for understanding and belonging amid the chaos and cruelty of a social media age. He soon embarks on a journey of self-discovery when a letter he wrote for a writing exercise falls into the hands of a grieving couple whose son took his own life. The one thing I like about Dear Evan Hansen is its message that you are not alone and that it is okay to be dealing with mental health, which is something that I have a really big connection to with me, who deals with a lot of anxiety and depression. That show did show me that, you're not alone, and I really, really like that about this musical. In the number 2 spot, we have Hamilton. You thought I was going to say a different musical, did you? But no, my number 2 spot is Hamilton. Hamilton, an American musical, is a sung and rapped through musical by Lin-Manuel Miranda. It tells the story of American founding father Alexander Hamilton. Also, I got to go see this musical for my 16th birthday, and I got to go backstage and meet the actors, and I have a prop from the show, which is a Brilliant, as you see on the screen right now, which I think is awesome. Now, the one thing I do like about Hamilton is the music, because there are tons of different genres. It's not just rap. And all of these genres fit in so well together to tell the story of the founding fathers in America and stuff. And you wouldn't think it works, but it actually does. And it's like really awesome the way that rap and hip hop and jazz and just it all comes together. And like if you end up checking out Hamilton, if you haven't before, I promise you'll have a good time, listening to all the different songs. Now, in the number 1 spot for my top favorite musical is, drumroll please, Waitress. Waitress is a musical based on the film. It tells the story of Jenna Hutcherson, a baker and waitress in an abusive relationship with her husband Earl. After Jenna unexpectedly becomes pregnant, she begins an affair with her doctor, Dr. Jim Pomatter. Looking for ways out of her trouble, she sees a pie baking contest and its grand prize as her chance. When I got to watch the slime tutorial of Waitress, I just fell in love with the story that it told. And also during quarantine, I was just listening to all of the songs, and of course I started singing them around the house. And then when I got to, look under Waitress, I saw like the cut songs, and I also got into listening to those. And I like during quarantine, that was all I listened to was Hamilton and Waitress. And more than not, I was listening to Waitress on repeat for hours. So that's what Waitress my favorite was, because I feel like I listened to it more and I have more of appreciation for it. Though you guys may not believe me when I say it, but it's true. Waitress is my top favorite. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what your favorite musical is. Let me know, because I'm curious to see what everyone's favorite musical is. If you like my content, make sure you subscribe. And make sure you hit the bell icon after that so you get notified of all my future uploads. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!